back in Madden 23. If you like Madden rebuilds, career simulations, and experiments, then you came to the right place. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, make some suggestions down in the comments of what type of videos you want to see. If there's a specific rebuild you want to see, or a career simulation, or even a Madden experiment, comment down below and I'll try to make it happen, and I'll feature your comment in the video. As you saw from the thumbnail, we're doing a Lamar Jackson 49ers rebuild. What if he went to the 49ers? You know, there's a lot of speculation and rumors out there. You know, he hasn't signed with the Ravens. He might be going to another team. He might try to go to free agency and try to pick where he wants to go. He might end up getting franchise tag and getting traded. In order to make this video happen, I started out as the Ravens and I simulated one whole season, got to the off season, acted like I couldn't come to a long-term contract agreement with Lamar Jackson, ended up franchise tagging him. So I simulated the entire draft and the off-season free agency and all that stuff. I let all the teams do what they wanted. Started the very next season, traded him to the 49ers for Nick Bosa, the 99 overall defensive end, and also Trey Lance at quarterback. So they get them a replacement quarterback and they get the best defensive end in football, or one of the best defensive ends in football, especially in Madden, 99 overall with X Factor. They just happened to sign Tyler Huntley in the offseason free agency, so that's funny that we got Lamar Jackson and Huntley both on the 49ers. I'm very curious to see how Lamar Jackson is going to do in this 49ers offense with Kyle Shanahan doing these crazy run plays and passing plays and stuff, so it would be awesome to see that in real life too. Me personally, as a Cowboys fan, I definitely would not like to see that happen because the 49ers are already good enough as it is, but hey, it is what it is. So this is what the offensive line is looking like. They don't have Trent Williams anymore at left tackle because he retired. So I ended up simulating the draft. They ended up drafting this guy, Jay Duncan, and let's see what round he got drafted. In the second round. So they didn't have a first round pick. They drafted him in the second round out of Maryland. I did upload the actual realistic draft class. So they drafted Duncan. They also drafted Jackson Kirkland. Well, we got Banks, Brindle, Surford, and McGlinchey. So we got George Kittle, 97 X Factor. We got Brandon Ayuk, he's an 85 star. Christian McCaffrey, 97 X Factor. And then Mitchell's 80 with star div. And then we still got Deebo Samuel, 93 X Factor. And then they ended up signing Nelson Aguilar in free agency. Defensively, Fred Warner's a 96 superstar. They still got Al Shire and Dre Greenlaw. Apparently they drafted this guy and he's a 59 overall, but he has hidden div. The heck. I moved Hufanga over to free safety. Jimmy Ward's still at strong safety. We got Ward at cornerback. He's jumped up to star dev. He's 86 overall. He was number dev at the beginning of the season, I think. And then we got Lenore and Mosley at the other cornerback spots. Since we don't have Nick Bosa anymore, Jackson's going to be starting for us at defensive end. He's a 76 overall. And then we got Lowry at the other end. And Eric Armstead jumped up to superstar dev. He's 84 overall. And the Javon Kinlaw, the other defensive tackle spot, is a 76 with star dev. Show you the Baltimore Ravens roster and see that they do have Trey Lance here. He's 23 years old and he's playing up to a 75 overall. And then they also got Nick Bosa at defensive end. He's a right end. There he is, 99 overall, and he's already injured right now. What kind of injury does he have? He's out for 1 week with a shoulder strain. So, I mean, a lot of times in the 49ers free agency, the first couple of years, I think it's like the second year whenever Nick Bosa becomes a free agent, the 49ers don't re-sign him in a lot of the rebuilds that I do because they just don't have the money for it. So, I mean, I know Nick Bosa is a beast and I would try to re-sign him if I could. But realistically, it seems like based on all these simulations I've done that he's going to go to free agency anyway. So figured that would be a good trade for the Ravens to get him and then also get their next quarterback, Trey Lance. So right now, Lamar Jackson is a 95 overall with X Factor. He's 26 years old. He has 95 throw power. All of his accuracies are in the 90s. Deep accuracy is 89. 97 speed. Dude's freaking ridiculous. Check out the contract. Well, see what he did last year in Baltimore. He threw 3,500 yards, 25 touchdowns. This is the season that I simulated before I started this rebuild. He had a 109 rating, 5 interceptions. That's pretty freaking good. And he ran for almost another 1,000 yards with 15 touchdowns. Wow. So I wanted to check out his contract. So whenever I was able to franchise tag him with the Ravens before I switched back over to the 49ers, it was a 1 year, $32 million franchise tag. For some reason, it's only showing $16 million. But either way, we're still going to have to re-sign him at the end of this year long term because we're doing a 5-year rebuild with him. Here at the midseason point, we're not off to a great start. We're 2-4. The Rams are 4-3 along with the Cardinals, and the Seahawks are 2-5. See what players we have to negotiate with. We should have Lamar Jackson on here somewhere. We only have 34 million in cap space. Got a bunch of lower rated guys up here at the front for some reason, but Brandon Ayuk, 25 years old, 86 overall, star dev. Javon Kinlaw. Definitely want to try to bring a couple of them guys back, but we need to find Lamar Jackson, and I guess he's not on here right now. Must be some type of glitch or something, but for now, I'm not going to re-sign anybody because I want to make sure that I have cap space to re-sign Lamar Jackson, obviously. End of the regular season, we actually won the division. We finished 10-7 along with the Rams, and we're going to be playing against the Rams in the wild card round, so that's crazy. Cardinals finished 9-8, the Seahawks finished 8-9. See what happened with the player stats. I'm curious to see what Lamar Jackson did. We had the 6th ranked offense, freaking awesome. Defensively, 25th. I mean, we know our defense needs some work since we just lost Nick Bosa, so. Lamar Jackson had a great season, 3,900 yards, 25 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions, 68% completion, 110 rating. That's freaking awesome. Rushing wise, Christian McCaffrey had 1,300 yards, 5.1 per carry with 12 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson had 799 yards, 5 yards per carry with 10 touchdowns. He might just win MVP. Deebo Samuel had 491 yards rushing with 3 touchdowns on 6.4 per carry. Mitchell, 3.4 per carry with 11 touchdowns. Nice. Deebo Samuel had the most yards receiving, 1,100 with 7 touchdowns. Ayuk had 700 yards, 8 touchdowns. Nelson Aguilar, 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. George Kittle had 600 yards, 1 touchdown. McCaffrey had 400 yards with 1 touchdown. Defensively, Fred Warner led the team in tackles with 134. Dre Greenlaw had 129, coming in second. Eric Armstead had 15 TFLs. And Drake Jackson led the team in sacks with 8.5. I mean, I would hope to get more sacks, but it's pretty good production from him being the first time he's starting. Armstead had 5, Kinlaw had 5, and then Lowry had 3. Interceptions, Fred Warner had 6, awesome. Ward had 4, Greenlaw had 2, and then Ward, Hufanga, Shire, and Lenore had 1 interception. Like I said before, we're going to be playing against the 10-7 Rams in the wild card round, our division rival. And we also have the Buccaneers against the Cardinals, the Bears against the Commanders, and then the Cowboys had a first round bye week. The Colts got a first round bye week on the other side. What the heck? We ended up beating the Rams 24-0 in that wild card round. Now we're playing in the divisional round against the 12-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know if Tom Brady's still on the team or not. But we also have the Bears against the Cowboys, and then the Buccaneers beat the Cardinals 38-7. We lost against the Buccaneers 38-31, so we're no longer in the hunt for a Super Bowl this year. Cowboys beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 45-21 to win their 6th Super Bowl, and Trayvon Diggs won Super Bowl MVP. MVP of the regular season was Will Levis with the Colts. Dang, no wonder why the Colts were out there at #1 seed. Mike McCarthy won Coach of the Year with the Cowboys. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. TJ Watt won Defensive Player of the Year with the Steelers. Obviously, Will Levis won Offensive Rookie of the Year if he won MVP. And then Brian Breesy won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Dolphins. $46 million in cap space, and Lamar Jackson is here. I'm finally able to re-sign him, and he has a ton of interest in coming back, so that's very good to see. He wants a 7-year deal, $335 million. He's 27 years old, 98 overall scheme fit with X Factor. I want to just throw him this 7-year deal. Don't have the salary cap to make this offer. Restructure your offer and try again. The heck, how do we not have enough? We got 46 million right there. Let me try this team-friendly deal and see what he says. His perfect offer is coming back. Nice, I wasn't expecting that. I figured he was gonna be like, I need more. We got 6 million left in cap, or actually 4.6 million left in cap space, so probably not gonna be able to bring anybody back, so we're just gonna have to move on. Checking out the team salaries, and Eric Armstead is on the last year of his 3-year deal. He's 30 years old. He's still 82 overall, which is fine, but he's going to make $25 million, $25.9 million, so almost $26 million. I'm going to go ahead and have to release him to save $18 million. Try to re-sign him for a lot cheaper, so we have a little bit more money to spend in free agency. The team is looking like before free agency. This offense is so freaking nasty. We got a 99 overall at quarterback, running back, and tight end. Plus Deebo Samuel is really close to it. But offensive line, I mean, it's not terrible. They're all like 75 or better. But obviously it's not amazing. And we really could use another wide receiver or 2. but at the same time, yeah, we probably could. Yeah. Defensively is where we need to do the most work. We need defensive tackles and defensive ends. We still got Warner, Greenlaw, and Alshire jumped up to star dev. That's good to see. Jimmy Ward lost his star dev. He's getting older. Hufanga is still 81 with normal dev. Guess we're all right at corner, so we really need to worry about this defensive line in this free agency and in draft if possible. Being able to get Eric Armstead back at defensive tackle on a 1-year deal for $8.9 million, so basically half of what we were gonna have to, well, half of what we saved anyways. We released him, we saved $18 million, so got it for half the price. Got Fletcher Cox at defensive tackle. He's 33 years old, which is old obviously, but he's a scheme fit with normal dev, and he's still a 79 overall. And also got a punter. Here in the first round, we have pick number 26 since we made it to the playoffs. I'm going to draft this strong safety Cam Wagner from Oklahoma. He's 6'1", 208 pounds, hybrid scheme fit. I did want to try to get a defensive end in the first round, but all the good ones are already gone. And we need someone to replace the starter at strong safety. I can't think of his name right now, but this guy is 22 years old. He has A hit power, B man coverage, C zone coverage. His tackles between A to a C. He has great speed with great agility, good change of direction. He has the fastest 40 in the NFL Combine and the Pro Day. He only has normal dev, dang it. 91 speed, 84 jumping. Here in the second round, I'm going to draft this center, Brooks Durant from Michigan. He's 6'1", 307 pounds, agile, scheme fit. Only having 50% scouted, but he has a chance to have A in a lot of stuff. He has elite acceleration, elite agility, change of direction is great, good jumping, elite speed, and great strength. And he has he's like #1 in everything, or at least top 5 in everything. He's got hidden dev with 77 speed. Dang, he's freaking fast for 300 pounds and 90 strength. In the third round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Terrell Clancy from Pittsburgh. He's 6'5", 245 pounds. He's a speed rusher, so I would definitely be moving him to defensive end. Only having 50% scouted. He's 22 years old. He has great acceleration, good change of direction, good jumping, great speed. And his skills, we know for sure he has B finesse moves, and his power moves is between A to C. He has a chance to have A in a lot of things, so taking a chance. Normal dev, 85 speed. 88 acceleration. We have 2 4th-round picks here, and I've never done a trade like this in the middle of the draft, but I put both of them on the block, both 4th-round picks on the block, and looked at trade offers. The Cowboys are willing to give me Jalen Tolbert, a 74 overall wide receiver, and a 4th-round pick this year, so we need to help out wide receiver. He's a for sure thing. We know that he's already a 74, so I'm going to go ahead and take him and this extra 4th-round pick to get 2, we're giving up 2 4th-rounders. 4th-round pick number 32 that we got from the Cowboys. I'm going to draft this right tackle, Kyler Burton from North Carolina. He's 6'4", 306 pounds, agile, scheme fit, only having 50% scouted. He's 23 years old. He has elite acceleration, elite agility, good change of direction with good speed, decent strength. Normal dev, 83 strength. Checking out the draft recap, 1st-round pick safety was only a 72 overall. That's sad to see, and he only had normal dev too, so that really sucks. The 2nd-round pick center is actually a 73, and we saw that he did have hidden dev, so most likely going to be starting on the offensive line for us right away because we could use some help there. Clancy was only a 68, and then the other tackle that I took in the 4th round was only a 62. I'll let the computer draft the rest of these guys. I didn't see if any of them were hidden dev or not. Adams only has normal dev, and let's see this other guy that's a 68 overall wide receiver. That's pretty good in the 5th round. Hidden dev, 6'4", 230 pounds. What the heck? This dude's like a tight end. 90 speed, 87 acceleration, 84 catching, 80 catching traffic, 78 break tackle. Nice pick by the computer. Looking at the entire NFL draft recap, the #1 pick was a 75 defensive end that went to the Detroit Lions, and then the Jets got him a 75 overall quarterback with the #2 pick. Highest in the entire draft was a 77 overall free safety that went to the Eagles in the 2nd round, and then the Lions got them a 77 overall tight end in the 2nd round as well. Dang, the Lions got him a good draft here. This is what the team is looking like for the start of the 2nd season. Lamar Jackson's a 98 X Factor. McCaffrey's still a 99. Deebo Samuel's a 95 X Factor. I do want to get this rookie receiver involved in the offense since we still have 4 more seasons to go, and he might be able to develop nicely. For all we know, he could have X Factor. So I want to make sure that he's going to be at least a third receiver. I'm probably going to end up moving on from Nelson Aguilar since he's 78 overall and he's 31 years old. Probably just end up cutting him or try to trade him away for a draft pick or something. And then we got to make sure that we have another receiver who's going to get moved on from two. Probably going to end up moving on from Danny Gray. So we're going to be rolling with Tolbert at wide receiver 2, and then Morrison's going to be wide receiver 3 for us. I'm also starting the rookie center that we drafted, Durant, over Brendel. He's already up to a 76 overall with the +3 morale boost. He's technically a 73, but he has hidden dev. Brendel's already 31, I think, or 32. So we're going to slowly start fixing the offensive line. And then George Kittle is a 99 with superstar dev. Defensively, we still got Warner, Greenlaw, and Alshire at linebackers. Jimmy Ward is the name I forgot earlier when I was trying to think about it when we drafted Wagner. I'm still going to roll with Jimmy Ward for now. Hopefully Wagner can develop for us, but I don't know. He's already still pretty low with normal dev. So Ward's up to star dev, 87 overall. And then we got Lenore and Bryant. I moved Clancy, the outside linebacker I drafted, down to defensive end, and he's going to be the highest overall defensive end that we have on the team besides Jackson. And then we got Armstead and Cox starting at defensive tackle. I ended up trading Danny Gray and Nelson Aguilar to the Giants for a 3rd round pick straight up. At the midseason point, we're off to a great start. We're 5-2, leading the division. The Rams are 3-4, the Cardinals are 2-5, and the Seahawks are 2-5. See what players we have to negotiate with and see how much money we got. We got 83 million cap space. We got Dre Greenlaw. We got Charvarius Ward. Elijah Mitchell, we don't need him back. Eric Armstead, 30 years old. Hufanga. Alright, I definitely want to try to bring Dre Greenlaw back. He's 27 years old, 88 overall, star dev, 4 years, 60.8 mil. I'm just going to offer him that straight up. Good offer, he's coming back. Charvarius Ward, 28 years old. He wants a 1-year deal, 12.9 mil. I'll offer it to him. He has a lot of interest in coming to the team, so it should be easy. Yep. I don't really see a reason to bring Elijah Mitchell back whenever we have Christian McCaffrey getting 1 billion touches. So, I mean, obviously in real life, Christian McCaffrey could get injured. I mean, in the game too, but I don't want to get him. Eric Armstead, he wants a 1-year deal for 8.8 mil. 30 years old, he's 82 overall. I want to wait till the end of the year and see if he goes down a little bit. Hufanga, 24 years old. I definitely want to bring him back. He's 81 overall, normal dev, 3 years, 17.8 mil. It's not too bad. Hopefully he signs this. He signed it. Done deal. Fletcher Cox probably gonna be a 1-year thing. He's 33 years old, so he's gonna be dropping off fast. End of the regular season, we finished 13-4, won the division, and also got a 1st round bye week. We're out here straight killing these fools. Seahawks went 10-7, the Rams went 5-12, and the Cardinals went 5-12. See what happened with these stats here. We got the number 2 ranked offense, freaking awesome. Defensively, probably first. What the heck? I was not expecting that, but I'll definitely take it. Lamar Jackson threw for 3,900 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 66% completion with a 104 rating. Great season from him. Christian McCaffrey at 1,400 yards, 5.7 per carry. Wow. 18 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson had 830 yards rushing, 4.8 per carry with 4 touchdowns. Mitchell had 7 rushing touchdowns. Deebo Samuel had 3. Deebo Samuel led the team in receiving with 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Jalen Tolbert had 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. George Kittle had 700 yards with 5 touchdowns. And the rookie receiver, Marcus Morrison, had almost 600 yards with 6 touchdowns receiving. Defensively, Dre Greenlaw led the team in tackles with 108. Fred Warner had 100. Eric Armstead led the team in TFLs with 11. He also had the most sacks with 8.5. Fletcher Cox had 6.5. The rookie defensive end had 5.5. And Drake Jackson only had 3. Dang. Dre Greenlaw had 4 interceptions. Fred Warner had 3. So our linebackers are out here just getting all the interceptions. Charvarius Ward had 2 interceptions. The rookie defensive end, Clancy, had an interception. Bryant had 1. And Cam Wagner, the rookie safety, had 1. I simulated to the divisional round of the playoffs since we had a 1st round bye week, and we're going to be playing against the 10-7 Seattle Seahawks, our division rival. They beat the Packers 21-14, and on the other side we have the Falcons against the Panthers. The Seahawks ended up beating us in a close game, 34-28, so we're no longer in the playoffs. The Panthers beat the Chargers in the Super Bowl 35-21 to win their first ever Super Bowl, and Jacoby Brissett was their quarterback, and he won Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow won MVP of the regular season with the Bengals. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year with the Browns. We have $58 million in cap space. I'm moving on from Elijah Mitchell, and Eric Armstead's 31 years old. He's still 82 overall with star dev. Definitely want to bring him back. He's been leading us in sacks. He wants a 1-year, $8.8 million deal. That's not too bad. He's coming back. Lenore at cornerback. Probably going to try to upgrade him. If not, then we can always bring him back in free agency. Banks at left guard. He's really cheap, but I'm going to try to see if we can upgrade that spot too. We don't need wing guard at free safety. This is what the team is looking like before free agency and the draft. We got Lamar Jackson, McCaffrey, Samuel. Morrison already lost his hidden dev. What the heck, man? I hate that in Madden. It's stupid. We still got Duncan, Burford, Durant, and McGlinchey. Burford had star dev. I mean, I was hoping it's gonna be better, but it's still good. Could use a right guard. Kittle lost his superstar dev. Now he's down to star dev, but he's still a 99 overall. Defensively, we really need to get us an elite pass rusher. We really need that for sure. That's gonna be a #1 priority. And we need another defensive tackle. We also need another cornerback for sure. Hufanga's still 82. Jimmy Ward dropped down to 79, so Wagner might be starting for us unless we can find us another safety in free agency. Free agency went okay. There's one guy I was trying to get that ended up turning us down, but I'm getting James Bradbury on a 1-year deal. He's 82 overall cornerback, 32 years old. BJ Hill, a defensive tackle, he's 82 overall, 29 years old with normal dev. Got him on a 1-year deal. And then Kendrick Green at left guard. Got him on a 1-year deal for pretty cheap. He's 77 overall, 26 years old. He's a scheme fit with normal dev. I was trying to get this outside linebacker Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and move him to safety because he's 6'2", 221 pounds. He still has 89 speed, and he had like really good zone coverage and man coverage. So plus he has the X factor. He's only 25 years old. I offered him a huge deal, but he ended up going to Chicago. So it is what it is. Here in the draft in the first round, the #1 overall pick was a quarterback that went to the Saints, but there's a defensive end that I want to get that's a true top 5 talent. That dude looks like a beast. So the Ravens have the pick. I'm trading for their first round #2 pick, and I'm giving them a first round pick this year, next year, and a 3rd round pick this year. Over here trading with the Ravens again. I already got Lamar Jackson from him. Now I'm stealing a defensive end from him. Here at the very top of the screen, we got DeAndre Reeves, defensive end from Michigan State. He's 6'5", 276 pounds. He's a power rusher, 100% scouted, true top 5 talent. Dude looks like he's freaking amazing. Look at his player notes. He has a bunch of stuff on there. Physical skills, he has elite acceleration, great agility, elite change of direction, elite jumping, elite speed with great strength. He's in the top 5 in everything on his combine. Skills wise, he has A in every single thing except for stamina, injury, and finesse moves is a B. Hit power is a D. Hidden dev with 86 speed. Holy crap, this dude's fast for 276 pounds, 87 strength, 85 jumping, 91 acceleration with 81 agility. Here in the second round, I'm going to draft this right guard, Juan Martinez from Tennessee. He's 6'3", 316 pounds, agile, scheme fit, 21 years old. He has good acceleration, elite agility, good change of direction, great jumping, good speed with great strength. He has hidden dev, awesome, 89 strength. Here in the 3rd round, I'm going to take a chance on this strong safety, Danny Crawford from Oklahoma. He's 6'2", 205 pounds. He's a run support, 22 years old, good acceleration, good agility, good change of direction with solid speed and elite strength. Only normal dev, 88 speed. Here in the 4th round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Jermichael Pryor from Clemson. He's 6'2", 237 pounds. He's a run stopper, so he's going to be an off-ball linebacker, not a pass rusher. 23 years old. He has great speed and decent strength, but he has the potential to have A in a lot of stuff, so that's the reason why I'm going to draft him. Normal dev with 85 speed. Checking out the draft recap, 1st round pick, #2 overall, 78 overall defensive end. Dude looks like a freaking beast, 22 years old. He's a power rusher, but we're going to be developing him as a speed rusher. He definitely has the speed for it. His speed is 86. He has 78 power moves with 73 finesse moves. After a couple years, he'll probably be getting a lot of sacks. Hopefully he has a lot his rookie year, but Right guard Juan Martinez, 74 overall, second round pick. He had hidden dev, 21 years old. He's definitely going to be starting for us right away. Strong safety I took a chance on in the third round is a 75 overall. That is freaking awesome. I was not expecting that. He only had normal dev. He might be starting for us at strong safety. And then outside linebacker Pryor was only a 66. That's alright. Probably end up moving on to middle linebacker, but he'll just be a backup. And then I'll let the computer draft the rest of the guys. They drafted this cornerback, D'Angelo Jackson, in the 5th round. He's a 70 overall and he has hidden dev. 23 years old, so he's a little bit on the older side. And in the 6th round, the computer drafted this running back, Kelvin Gaddis. He's a 72 overall. And guess what? He has hidden dev also, but look how small he is. He's 5'5", 170 pounds. He's a 72 overall receiving back, 69 for elusive back, and look at this power back rating, a 38. Dang. This dude's like the smallest dude to ever play in the NFL. What is his strength rating? Do they even have it on here? It's 52. I see it right there. Number 1 overall pick in the entire draft was a 77 overall quarterback that went to the Saints. Highest in the entire draft was a 79 overall cornerback that went to the Patriots. And then our guy Reeves, along with the wide receiver that went in the 2nd round, were a 78 overall and went to the Giants. 3rd round wide receiver, 77 overall, then went to the Browns. That's crazy. Current lineup looks like for season 3, Lamar Jackson's a 99, McCaffrey's a 98, Samuel's a 97. Still got George Kittle, but he's injured for 1 week for some reason. He's still a 99 overall with star dev. And then we got Morrison and Tolbert at wide receiver 2 and 3. We definitely need to try to upgrade them next season. And then I'm putting that right guard. I think we drafted it. Moved him to left tackle. He's a 75 with hidden dev. I'm gonna end up getting rid of Duncan and making him the starter over here. So I'm probably just gonna trade Duncan away. Offensive line is looking a little bit better now. Defensively, obviously the big thing that we had to happen was we got that defensive end reuse. He's gonna be starting for us, most definitely. Here at the safety spot, I'm gonna end up making Crawford the starter. He's a guy that we just drafted. I'm just gonna trade away Wagner and Ward to get him off the team to make sure that Crawford gets a starter. I'll probably just get rid of Ward to make sure that Crawford's a starter because Wagner's actually lower than him overall. We brought Bradbury in free agency. We also have Mosley at cornerback 3. So we got Armstead. We brought BJ Hill in. And then Johnson is the hidden dev cornerback, but he's probably just going to be a backup. Fred Warner's a 99 with superstar. Al Shire keeps on jumping back and forth from star dev to normal dev. Greenlaw's up to 90 with star dev, and Hufanga's up to 83 with still normal dev. I'm going to end up releasing Jimmy Ward since he is 34 years old. There's really no one offering anything for him, so I'm just going to release him. We're going to save $5.79 million in cap space. Trading away the left tackle Duncan, that's a 75 overall, since we're starting the rookie Juan Martinez over top of him. Trading him to the Buccaneers for a 3rd round draft pick. Here at the midseason point, we're off to an okay start. We're 4-3. The Cardinals and the Seahawks are both 5-2, and the Rams are dying with the 0-6 record. What the heck? Check out the lineup real quick and see if we got some dev traits revealed yet on these players or not. What do we have? We got defense. That's a defensive end. I want to see. Dang, he's got X Factor. Heck yeah. 82 overall already, playing up from an 80 overall, and he has X Factor. Freaking awesome. Yeah, he ended up just having it. I mean, it's only week 8, so he had to have just had it already. So, hell yeah, that's awesome. 161 million in cap space, so we're gonna have a lot of guys that we have to re-sign. Yeah, pretty much all the best guys on our team. Christian McCaffrey's 29 years old, 99 overall X Factor. He wants a 5-year deal for 60 million. That's not too bad, I guess. Offer it to him. He's coming back. So we got 150 million. George Kittle's 31 years old, 97 overall scheme fit with star dev. Wants a 3-year deal for 42 million. Definitely worth it. He's coming back next season and for the next few years. Deebo Samuel, 29 years old, 96 overall scheme fit, X Factor. Wants a 4-year deal for 94 million. Might as well. Good offer. I'm glad we got the deal done, is what he said. Travarius Ward is 88 overall star dev, 29 years old. He wants a 1-year deal for 13.8 million. Definitely deserves that. He's coming back. And we got 102 million left. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback. I mean, the 49ers love him and they love fullbacks, so might as well. That's how they roll. James Bradbury, 32 years old. I'm going to wait till the end of the season. Armstead, I'm going to wait till the end of the year on him. He's 31. BJ Hill, probably wait till the end of the year, try to upgrade him. McGlinchey's already 30 years old. So yeah, all these guys that are older, I'm going to be waiting on. Drake Jackson, he's 24 years old. He has a lot of interest in coming back, but he has not been producing for us. So I don't know, I'm going to wait till the end of the year. Maybe he'll have a breakout season and jump up to star dev or something. We finished 11-6, won the division again. The Seahawks went 10-7, the Cardinals went 9-8, and the Rams went 6-11 after starting off 0-6. Looking at the player stats on the season, we had the 17th ranked offense, so we're starting to lose a little bit on offense. Number 2 ranked defense, so defense still holding strong. Lamar Jackson threw for 3,600 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's freaking awesome. 68% completion with the 112 rating. Dude had an amazing year. Christian McCaffrey missed 7 games. He only played in 10 games, so that's the reason why our offense died a little bit. He had 778 yards, 4.9 per carry with 11 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson was 1 yard short of 700 yards rushing, 4.9 per carry with 4 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel, 400 yards, 6.1 per carry with 4 touchdowns. And then Tyrion Davis-Price, the backup running back, had 400 yards, only 3.4 per carry with 5 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel led the team in receiving yards with 1,000. He had 12 touchdowns. George Kittle had 700 yards, 10 touchdowns. Tolbert had 700 with 2 touchdowns. And then Marcus Morrison had 600 yards with 4 touchdowns. Defensively, Fred Warner led the team in tackles with 121. Greenlaw had 114. Eric Armstead had 15 TFLs. The rookie defensive end had 15 as well. And the rookie defensive end led the team in sacks with 7.5. Drake Jackson finally had a decent year with 7 sacks. Armstead had 6.5, and BJ Hill had 5.5. Greenlaw led the team in interceptions with 3. Warner had 2. Danny Crawford, the rookie, had 2. Mosley had 1, and Wagner had 1. I think I saw Danny Crawford on the injured list in the middle of the season. Yeah, he missed 2 games. I mean, still not too bad. Going to be playing against the 10-7 Seattle Seahawks in the wild card round of the playoffs. Looking at the bracket, got the Commanders against the Cardinals, Packers against the Bears, and the Buccaneers had a first round bye. Sadly, we lost to the Seahawks 35-21, and we did not make it deeper in the playoffs once again. Seahawks beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl 38-37 to win their second Super Bowl. Safety Jamal Adams won Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season with the Bills. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. Chris Godwin won Offensive Player of the Year with the Buccaneers. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year with the Browns. And our boy DeAndre Reeves, the defensive end we drafted, won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the 49ers. We have $123 million in cap space. James Bradbury is 33 years old. He's down to 80 overall. I'm going to move on from him and try to upgrade him. Eric Armstead is 32 years old. He's down to 80 overall. Probably going to try to see if we can upgrade him too, but if not, we can always get him back. Same thing with BJ Hill. McGlinchey wants a 1-year deal, 6.6 mil. I'll go ahead and give it to him. He's 31 years old, 81 overall with star dev. He's coming back. Anyone else that we need to check out? Drake Jackson. He had a 7-sack season, but I'm going to let him go to free agency and see if we can upgrade him too. If not, we can try to bring him back as well. Kendrick Green, 27 years old, 78 overall. I'm going to go ahead and bring him back. It's pretty cheap for a starter. He's coming back. 1-year deal. Easy peasy. Price, backup running back. 25 years old. He actually got a lot of playing time. 4 years, 11 mil. That's not too bad for a backup. And he's a scheme fit. He's coming back. I think that's going to be it. Burford, he was a starter for us. I'm going to try to upgrade him too. Jalen Tolbert, we're moving on from him. Corbin, this is what the team is looking like before free agency. We could definitely use another wide receiver, if not 2. We still got Morrison, but he was all the way down to normal dev. I mean, he lost his hidden dev after his rookie year. Ended up moving Jackson Kirkland to right guard. He's actually playing up to a 75 overall, so technically we could just leave him as a starter there. Martinez only had star dev. Kittle's a 99 still. Defensively, we need to do something about this defensive line. I keep saying that every year. We finally got us a good long-term piece here. This defensive end, he was worth the 2 first-round picks for sure. We need 2 defensive tackles and another pass rushing defensive end. And then strong safety would be nice to figure out something here since we keep on drafting players and they're like basically misses. But probably just gonna end up rolling with them unless we find someone in free agency. But we most definitely need 2 cornerbacks though. Free agency went okay. There wasn't really like elite players in there. There's like a couple of guys, but not really. Taron Johnson, I got him at cornerback. He's 82 overall, 30 years old with normal dev. It's gonna be a 1-year patch. Getting John Mechie at wide receiver. He's a scheme fit. 26 years old, 80 overall with normal dev. BJ Hill and Eric Armstead and Drake Jackson got them all back at the defensive line spot. They were all the highest overall, so didn't have any choice but to get them. And also getting Caleb Farley to be our 3rd cornerback. 79 overall, start or normal dev with 27 years old. Here in the 2nd round, since we don't have a 1st round pick, we traded away last year to trade up for the number 2 pick. Want to draft the center Bobby Freeman from Washington. He's 6'2", 305 pounds, agile, scheme fit. Only got him 50% scouted, but he has a chance to have A in a lot of stuff. 22 years old, he has a good athletic traits. He's a good acceleration, great agility, great change of direction with elite jumping, great speed, and good strength. Hidden dev with 88 strength. Here in the 3rd round, y'all may or may not like this pick, but I'm going to take my chance at another safety here. Marquise Redmond from Northern Iowa. He's 6'2", 206 pounds. He's a zone, not a scheme fit, 22 years old. Good acceleration, good agility, solid speed with decent strength. He has a chance to have A to C in zone coverage and B to D in man coverage. Normal depth. Damn it, I was hoping he was going to have hidden. 87 speed. Have another 3rd round pick here. I'm going to draft this defensive end, Lamar Peoples from Arkansas. He's 6'6", 271 pounds. He's a power rusher, so I'll be moving him to defensive tackle. Hoping that he's going to be good. He's 22 years old. He has decent acceleration. He has decent everything, but he has good speed, good strength. And he looks like he's going to be okay for a 3rd round pick. So A, stamina, B, power moves, B to D, and finesse moves. Hidden dev, nice, 82 speed with 86 strength. That's the type of picks that I like. Here in the 4th round, I'm going to take a chance on this left guard, Jonathan Fernandez from USC. He's 6'3", 324 pounds, agile, scheme fit. Only have him 50% scouted, but he looks like he has the potential to be decent. He's 23 years old. Great acceleration, great agility, great change of direction, solid speed, great strength. Normal dev, 89 strength. Draft recap, it's not amazing, exciting news, but that center that we drafted in the 2nd round is a 72 overall, and we did see that he does have hidden dev. He's 22 years old. He already has a +3 morale boost, so he's playing up to a 75, so he's probably going to be starting for us. Everyone else not so great, in the mid-60s. One guy's 70 overall. Check out the entire NFL draft recap and see what's going on here. Number 1 overall pick, 77 defensive end that went to the Denver Broncos. His name's Juan Pryor. Highest in the entire class is 80 overall strong safety that went to the Jets. And then a 79 overall free safety that went to the Browns in the 2nd round. 2nd round pick 15 though, so I think we had pick 22, so we didn't get lucky and have him fall to us. Here's what the starting lineup looks like for season 4. Lamar Jackson's a 99, McCaffrey's a 98, Samuel's a 97, Kittle's a 98. I moved that center we drafted to right guard. He's going to be starting over Jackson Kirkland right away. Offensive line is actually looking pretty decent. Brought in John Mechie to be wide receiver 2, and Morrison is going to be wide receiver 3 for us. He's a guy that had hidden dev. The computer drafted, but now he lost it. And then they drafted another wide receiver that has hidden dev apparently. Not even going to mess with it. I'm just going to leave it alone. Defensively, it looks like they drafted another defensive end that has hidden dev, 68 overall. We do have Fred Warner, 99 overall, but he's injured for 1 week, so that's why he's not showing right there. And then we also have Taron Johnson at cornerback 2, who's 83 overall. That's injured for 1 week. Farley's going to be starting in the slot, 80 overall. Ward's at 87. Hufanga's up to 84 with normal dev. Armstead and Hill are both 84. Jackson's at 80. And then Reeves is playing up to 85 with X Factor. And then we're just going to be rolling with Crawford at strong safety. Here at the midseason point, we're leading the division with a 4-2 record. The Cardinals and Seahawks are 4-3, and the Rams are 3-4. See what players we had to negotiate with here. We got $124 million in cap space. We got to re-sign Fred Warner, Travarius Ward, And I don't know about these other guys, but yeah, for sure, Fred Warner wants a 5-year deal, $76 million. 29 years old, he's a 98 overall with star dev. That's a good offer. He's coming back, definitely bringing him back. Travarius Ward is 30 years old, 86 overall with star dev. He wants a 1-year deal for $11.5 million. He's coming back. So we got $99 million left. Taron Johnson's probably a 1-year thing. Mike McGlinchey. Guess I'll go ahead and bring him back. He's coming back. Exact offer that he wanted. Eric Armstead and BJ Hill. I know I keep on moving on from them and then re-signing them, but it is what it is. Finished the regular season with 11-6 record. Won the division yet again. The Cardinals went 10-7. The Seahawks went 7-10, and the Rams went 6-11. Check out the season stats for the year. Offensively, we were ranked 10th, so that's very good. Definitely like to see that. Defensively, 16th, so the defense is starting to lose a little bit. Lamar Jackson threw for 3,900 yards, 36 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 67% completion with a 111 rating. Dude's putting up MVP type years every single season. Christian McCaffrey actually played the entire season, didn't miss any games, ran for 1,300 yards, 4.7 per carry with 17 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson, 650 yards, 4.4 per carry with 6 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel, 500 yards, 6.1 per carry with 3 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel led the team in receiving yards with 1,000, had 13 touchdowns. Marcus Morrison had 898 yards, 6 touchdowns. John Mechie, 700 yards, 3 touchdowns. George Kittle, 700 yards, 8 touchdowns. Defensively, Fred Warner led the team in tackles with 123. Danny Crawford had 101. Dang. TFL's Eric Armstead had 17. He had the most sacks with 8. BJ Hill had 7. Reeves only had 5.5, and Clancy had 4.5. Wonder why Reeves is not getting so many sacks. Travarius Ward had 5 interceptions. Johnson had 4. Greenlaw had 3. Crawford had 2. Warner, Alshire, and Wagner all had 1 interception. Going to be playing against division rival Arizona Cardinals that went 10-7 on the year in the wild card round. Seems like we're always playing against a divisional rival in the playoffs. We got the Cowboys against the Buccaneers, the Panthers against the Falcons, and then the Packers had a first-round bye week. The Jets had a first-round bye week on the other side. The Cardinals 24-17. Now we're playing against the 12-5 Cowboys in the divisional round. I think we might end up making a run to the Super Bowl this year, hopefully. So we have the Packers against the Falcons on that side, and then the Cowboys beat the Buccaneers 31-27, who we're playing against. Beat the Cowboys 38-22. We got 2 playoff wins in a row. Now we're going against the 12-5 Green Bay Packers in the NFC Conference Championship game. They just beat the Falcons 28-23. On the other side, we have the Jets against the Colts with Will Levis, who won rookie MVP. He won MVP and Rookie of the Year as a rookie. Playing in Green Bay NFC Championship game, we're up 7-0 in the first. Now we're 7-3. Now we're up 14-3 in the second. 21-3, 21-10. We're still winning 28-10 in the third quarter. 28-17. Fourth quarter, we're up 35-17, 38-17, and we won the game 38-24. Going to the freaking Super Bowl. Checking out the player stats from that game, and Lamar Jackson had a hell of a game. 145 rating, 310 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. But what interested me the most was the Green Bay Packers have Hendon Hooker on their team. He had a 109 rating with 3 touchdowns. Had a pretty good year. They didn't spell his name right, because if you spell Hooker right in the rosters, then Madden will black it out. Well, they actually put a bunch of stars because they don't like that word. Christian McCaffrey had 10 carries for 69 yards. We're going to be playing against the 14-3 New York Jets in the Super Bowl. They were the number 1 seed. They beat the Texans 52-21. Then they beat the Colts 49-37. So they have a high scoring offense here. Hopefully our defense can hold them. Playing in the Super Bowl in Miami. First quarter, we're up 7-0. Like to start off like that. Now we're up 14-0 in the second. 21-0 in the second. We're blowing them out. 24-0 third quarter. Come on, let's hold them to 0 in the Super Bowl. 30-0 in the fourth. 33. Heck yeah. 40-0 fourth quarter. And they scored 3 at the very end, but we got the win 40-3.
And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
Out the player stats from the Super Bowl, Lamar Jackson had a 116 rating, 219 yards, only 1 touchdown. The Jets quarterback is some computer-generated dude, Matt Kiernan, 44 rating, 168 yards passing, and 1 interception. Christian McCaffrey had 68 yards and a touchdown. Lamar Jackson had 47 yards rushing and a touchdown. Deebo Samuel had 4 carries for 26 yards, and the backup running back even got a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Had the most receiving yards, Garrett Wilson. Deebo Samuel had 84 yards. Who got the touchdown? George Kittle had 3 catches, 16 yards, 1 touchdown. This has to be one of the most lopsided Super Bowls ever. 40-3 over the Jets. 49ers won their 6th Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson won Super Bowl MVP. That's great to see for this rebuild. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season with the Bills. Todd Walters won Coach of the Year with the Jets. Zeke Elliott won Offensive Player of the Year with the Cowboys. Brian Burns won Defensive Player of the Year with the Panthers. $117 million in cap space. I'm going to go ahead and bring Taron Johnson back at cornerback. He's 31 years old, but he's still at 82 overall with normal dev. 1 year, $5.8 million deal is not bad at all. Oh, never mind. He doesn't want to play. BJ Hill's down to a 79. Eric Armstead's down to a 76. Kendrick Green at left guard. I'll go ahead and bring him back. 2 years, $8.9 mil. Not bad. He's coming back. But yeah, I'm definitely moving on from BJ Hill and Eric Armstead. Juszczyk's down to a 70 overall. This dude's still playing at the age of 36. What the heck? Probably had like 37 concussions by now. We don't need Musgrave. We don't need Al-Shire. He's down to a 74. Kirkland's down to a 74. We still had Tyler Huntley on the team this whole time. That was a backup. Yeah, that's going to be it. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, and Deebo Samuel are still all 99, along with George Kittle. What the heck was I even saying? Mechie's up to 83, and then Morrison's playing up to 80. The offensive line is the best that it's ever been so far, for sure, as a whole. Defensively, we need another outside linebacker since we lost Al-Shire. Crawford's playing up to 80 overall. So we got Farley and then Johnson at corner, but we could use another corner for sure. We need 2 more defensive tackles. I'm definitely moving on from Armstead and BJ Hill. We might end up having to move Reeves to defensive tackle, and then, I don't know, it just depends on what we find in free agency. If we can find another good pass rusher, definitely move him to D tackle and then sign another D tackle. Free agency actually went really well for us. I was able to get Max Crosby, outside linebacker. Obviously, I'm going to be moving him to defensive end. He's a 98 overall, 30 years old at this point, but he has X factor, 86 speed. Getting Joey Porter Jr., he's 87 overall, 26 years old with superstar dev. Getting Jackson Smith and Jigba at wide receiver. He's a scheme fit, 84 overall, 25 years old with superstar. And then this guy, Trenton Simpson, he's an outside linebacker, but I'm going to be moving him to safety. He's 6'3", 225 pounds, but he has 94 speed, and he has a really high zone coverage. I then moved him to strong safety, and it went ahead and it automatically jumped him up to 83 overall. He's supposed to be a hybrid scheme fit. I mean, that's a scheme for our defense. He's technically a zone guy, but look at his ratings. He has 85 zone coverage, 89 tackle. His man coverage is only a 70, but that's all right though. We need another defensive tackle, so I'm trading for the Chiefs defensive tackle, Chris Jones. At this point in his career, he's 33 years old, and he's a 93 overall, still has X factor, and he's a scheme fit. Trading a first-round pick this year and next year, and a second-round pick this year to make it happen. Ended up simulating the entire draft. Since we didn't have a first or second-round pick, none of these guys are really relevant to talk about. They're just going to be backups for this last season of the rebuild. Check out the entire NFL draft. Number 1 pick went to the Ravens. They drafted a quarterback. 75 overall. Highest in the entire class was at 87. overall wide receiver. What the hell? I've never seen a wide receiver this high. The highest I've ever seen before was an 87 overall running back, and that was one time, and he only had normal div. This guy has hidden div, 22 years old, 95 speed, 92 acceleration, 85 catching, 89 catching traffic, 99 jumping, 91 release, 91 change of direction. I want to see what his dev trait is going to be. You can go into edit and then scroll over to player traits. He has superstar X factor. Definitely expected him to have that. Man, this dude might be the best receiver that I've ever seen before coming out the draft. I mean, not might be, he definitely is. Here's our starting lineup for the 5th and final season of the rebuild. Lamar Jackson still a 99 along with McCaffrey. Debo Samuel's a 98. George Kittle dropped down to a 97. We brought in Smith and Jigba in free agency. He's an 85 with superstar. So I got Mechie, he's an 82 with normal div, and then Morrison is a 79 with normal div. Offensive line is still looking pretty freaking good. They're all in the low to mid 80s. Defensively, we beefed up this defensive line big time. We brought in Max Crosby at defensive end, and we also traded for Chris Jones. Apparently, they drafted a defensive tackle that has hidden div. Go figure. Moved Clancy to outside linebacker. He was a defensive end, but we're just going to roll with him. Warner's a 99, Greenlaw's a 90, Hufanga is an 85 with normal div. I brought Simpson in, he was a linebacker, but I moved him to safety because he has the speed and ability to do it. We got Joey Porter at cornerback in free agency, but apparently he's injured right now. And then we got Ward, 87 overall at cornerback. He has superstar div. The midseason point, we're 5-2, setting in second place in the division. The Seahawks are 6-2, and the Cardinals and Rams are 4-4, going to the end of the season. End of the regular season, finished 14-3, won the division, got a first round bye week. The Seahawks went 9-8, the Rams went 7-10, and the Cardinals went 6-11. See what happened with the players' stats over here. 9th ranked offense. It looks like Lamar Jackson had an insane season. Defensive number 2, awesome. 3,700 yards passing for Lamar Jackson, 40 passing touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Wow, that's freaking insane. 67% completion with a 121 rating. Christian McCaffrey had 1,400 yards, 5 yards per carry, 17 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson had 600 yards rushing, was 4.8 per carry and 7 touchdowns. Debo Samuel 500 yards rushing. Debo Samuel had 1,300 yards receiving with 14 touchdowns. Smith and Jigba had 900 yards, 11 touchdowns. Kittle had almost 700 yards with 8 touchdowns. Mechie only had 360 yards with 4 touchdowns. Defensively, Fred Warner led the team in tackles with 126. Greenlaw had 114. Crosby had 15 TFLs. Wow, look at this sacks. Man, these sacks are insane. Max Crosby, 19 sacks. Chris Jones, 16 sacks. DeAndre Reeves, 10.5 sacks. Drake Jackson, 6.5. Reeves' sack production went up a lot when we moved on to defensive tackle. Fred Warner had 4 interceptions. Joey Porter had 3. Simpson had 2 at the safety position that we moved him there. Clancy had 1 interception. Ward had 1. Crawford had 1. And Hufanga had 1. Going to be playing against the 8-9 Cowboys in the divisional round of the playoffs. They just beat the Giants 41-14. And then we got the Bears against the Seahawks. The heck, man, I don't see how the Cowboys beat us 42-24. That's some bull crap, man. Chiefs beat the Bears in the Super Bowl 28-20 to win their 3rd Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes won Super Bowl MVP. Our boy Lamar Jackson won MVP of the regular season with the 49ers. Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year with the Bengals. Najee Harris won Offensive Player of the Year with the Steelers. Josh Allen won Defensive Player of the Year with the Seahawks. This is what the final team looks like. Lamar Jackson's up to a 99 with X Factor. This dude had insane stats over here with the 49ers. He just had his best season yet with the 121 rating, 40 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Freaking insane, man. Threw for 3,900 yards 3 out of the 5 years that he was here. He had over 104 rating every time he was in the 110s 4 out of the 5 years. Rushing yards, he had over 600 yards the last 3 years, and then he had 800 and almost 800 the first 2 years, and he had that 10 rushing touchdown season that first year. Freaking crazy, man. If he was in the 49ers offense in real life with Kyle Shanahan and his crazy schemes, I don't know what the heck would happen, man. It would be insane for real. Christian McCaffrey, Samuel's still a 99. Smith and Jigba's at 88 with superstar. Kittle still on the team with a 97. Durant is up to superstar at center. Martinez and Freeman are both 85, so we drafted some good offensive linemen. Reeves was definitely the best draft pick that we had in this rebuild. He's up to a 92 X factor. Fred Warner's still on the team, he's a 99. Simpson's up to 86. Ward's still on the team, he's 84 with star dev. Hufanga's up to 86 still with normal dev though. Jackson's up to 83 with normal dev. Well, that's gonna be it for the video. If y'all like what y'all saw, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, make some suggestions down in the comments of what other type of rebuild y'all want to see or any type of ideas for other videos. I appreciate everyone for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.